Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm giving you guys another Q&A today, so let's get right into this. Would you ever want to be cloned? Well, clone myself, I guess. So I'm cloning myself. It wouldn't really matter who's doing it, I suppose, but, no, especially if they got, like, more girls than me, that'd be pretty depressing, wouldn't it? That would be a depressing thing. I've been watching your videos for a month now, so I kind of just want to say your videos are great. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. And Quaman has a higher power level than you. I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on from this one here. I did the multiplier for a Super Saiyan Turles, and his power level would be a 950,000, means he's stronger than Ginyu, Force, and First Form Frieza. But what about Second Form Frieza? Second Form Frieza has a power level of over 1,000,000. And Turles, he had a power level of about... It was from a movie comic. I don't know what power level you gave base Turles, but from a movie... It was one of the movie comics. It wasn't from the actual Tree of Might movie, or... You know, it wasn't from that movie. It was from a different movie. It actually might have been like movie 10 or something. I don't know the movie specifically. But there is a pamphlet out there that has his power level. It's something like 38,000 or something like that. It's stronger than Vegeto was on the Saiyan side. So if you take 38,000, multiply it by 50, you're getting over 1.5 million. So that would be stronger than Second Form Frieza. So what would this be? This would be... whatever power level. I can't do that math in my head. 905 divided by 50. Someone will do it in the comments. Do you like Kaman's Land? No. I like Quaman. But Kaman, not a big fan. Favorite porn star? I have too many. I shouldn't say too many. There's a few selective choices. I'm not going to talk about it here, that's for sure. Especially because I know I got some fangirls out there, so, you know, I've heard of them. Keep it censored for the ladies. Someone's going to call me an absolute pussy now. Broly for president. Probably not. I mean, he wouldn't really be a very good political figure. He'd definitely be he'd make country taste a lot more than Trump would. And I'm not going to talk ill of Trump or ill of any of the candidates, because quite frankly, everyone that's running, you know, for president right now is absolute shit. Everyone has something bad about them. But one thing I think we can all agree on is Hillary is absolutely the worst. That woman cannot be trusted. But I'm just going to move on. Someone's going to DDoS me now. Let's see. Since, hold on, let me think of this. Broly for president. Now, I'm thinking of this for a second. If he was the president, he could be the, he's basically, you know, he's the leader of the military, obviously. He could lead our militaries in the battle, like be the charging force, because he's Broly. Broly would be a perfect president because no country would want to mess with us. And if you committed a crime, he'd just be over there screaming Kakarot and freaking pile drive you into the ground. You'd be dead. He could take out anything. Broly would be probably the greatest U.S. president that's ever lived. Sure, his choices on taxes and stuff might not be that great. Most people will interpret what Kakarot or "you little insect" means, but Broly honestly could be a really good president, but I think a better president would probably be someone like Cooler. That's actually not true. He'd probably enslave us all. And Broly might actually as well, but Goku for president, guys. I mean, come on. Goku for president. I almost deleted this question. Wow. That happens when I get distracted. Since we don't know how strong Whis is yet, is there a possibility he could be a Super Saiyan Blue fusion? Because it seems to be he seems to be very mysterious, and I feel like he has a really bad side to him. That sounded weird. I was about to sneeze. That's probably why. Okay. So we do kind of know how strong Whis is. It's kind of tricky though, because in an interview like around when Battle of Gods was released, Toriyama pretty much gave a scale on Goku, Beerus, and Whis, and pretty much had like Whis was 50% stronger than Beerus. In Super, I'm sure that he doesn't even think of that scale. No one thinks of that scale anymore, I'm sure. There hasn't even been any evidence in Super to suggest Whis is stronger yet. Do I think he's still stronger? Yes. Do I think he's stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Fusion? Absolutely not. I can't see it. Is your name Josh or Joshua? Well, my birth certificate says Joshua, and a lot of my information says Joshua. So technically, yeah, my birth name is Joshua, but I prefer to be called Josh. But if you call me Joshua, you know, either way. If Super Saiyan 3 Vegeto was to fight Beerus, he would push him to more than 50% of his power, I think, but would probably lose. However, it was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to fight Beerus. It'd easily be 7 to 8 times stronger. More than Super Saiyan 3 Vegeto. He should probably destroy Beerus. Don't you agree, Deviant? And well, if you're taking, especially if you're taking like GT Vegeto, or I'm sorry, Gogeta. I mean, I'm not saying Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would ever beat Beerus, but I say this in multiple Q&As, and you know what? I'm actually very happy when people do listen to this. They understand that, you know, it's an opinion, and I don't even know what the real answer would be. One thing people have to understand is there's so many you can point evidence to either side being stronger than the other for like GT or Super. Right now, Super's kind of leading the charge in a lot of evidence in terms of like feats, I suppose. Math, a lot of people still would say, you know, GT. I think this new Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku is pretty crazy. I still stand by the fact, and I'm not saying he would win. I'm still standing by the fact, and I've repeated this multiple times over the course of my Q&As recently, that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is not written off the record books to be able to defeat Super characters. Because he took what was the strongest being in Dragon Ball history by a large margin, Omega Shenron, you know, obviously before Beerus and all this stuff, you know, if you think they're stronger. He took Omega Shenron and was hitting him so fast that he thought that Gogeta was standing still. When Omega Shenron charged him and when he initially fused, Gogeta just looked at him and sent him flying away. Gogeta is such an immense amount of power that I still think that there is some sort of relevancy to the debate between him and like a character from Super, if that makes sense. And then there's give me one of those guys, and one of those keyboard warriors goes like, whoa, you're fucking wrong because this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. Say what you want, put an extra comment in my video, guys, but if you don't say something that's gonna make me change my opinion, it's, you know, you can just throw it out there. But I'm not saying you can't change my opinion about something because it's happened before. I've learned things from subscribers. The fact of the matter is, though, is that I don't think there's a single thing right now that could disprove Gogeta being stronger. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it's still in the realm of possibility. That's all. Was Frieza's first form in Resurrection F stronger than Kid Buu? And I just want to say that I'm not saying that Super characters are stronger than all GT characters, because I think that's still iffy. Because Super's shown off some pretty amazing stuff that GT never came close to. But at the same time, mathematically, when you always look at that and then go back to the math, or what should be the math for the power level, and that's math, of course, and math and Dragon Ball don't always mix. It seems very hard to believe that Super characters are that strong, or that Goku and Super got that strong. But I digress. We can move on. We need to wait till Super's over to really figure this out. And that could be years down the line. Toei is going to milk this series until it starts receiving terrible reception, I imagine, or until it feels like it is going downhill. But I think they're going to keep it going as long as they can. They did confirm the 72 episodes total so far. But they're going to keep it going as long as they can. That's just what I feel. Was Frieza's form in Resurrection F stronger than Kid Buu? First form, it's very confusing because Gohan, me and Mike did a video about this, and you know, we're talking about Gohan's power. I don't want to spoil where we put him. But he one-shotted Gohan, and I feel like it's possible it could be Kid Buu, around Kid Buu's strength. It's so difficult because I don't want to put first form Frieza above Gohan because I think that's kind of crazy. But maybe even looking at the evidence, I mean, he one-shot Gohan, who was pretty damn powerful in that film, and the special. Why I say special? It's Super. I mean, I will say this: I don't know exactly where to put first form Frieza exactly, but I would say based on his evidence against Gohan and Super, and in the movie. Although in the movie Gohan was in his base, not Super Saiyan. In Super, he's actually a Super Saiyan when he gets knocked out. What it is though is I would say that he is stronger than Kid Buu, yes. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeto versus Beerus. It goes right back to the Gogeta thing, man. It goes right back to it. Who is the multiplier for Super Saiyan, or who? What is the multiplier for Super Saiyan God? Nobody knows. Some people say it's 20,000. Some people say it's more or less. I really don't know. And I think it's pretty damn hard to figure out. It's probably the hardest multiplier to figure out besides something like, let's say, fusion. And even that is probably easier. Because the Daisenshu does have some things, you know, alluding to what, like, let's say, Potara fusion is. The fusion dance, there's like multiplier or like a formula for it. But, moving on. If Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Ozaru Baby were on par with each other, would that mean that Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Baby Vegeta should be on par? Because Super Saiyan 4 is a 10 times more... Well, we're going to do a whole video on this, so I'll just explain this very briefly, too. So, is the Ozaru Boost Baby was stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku? So, the multiplier has to be more than 10 times for Super Saiyan 4, probably, right? Around 30 times Super Saiyan 3? That's exactly what it is. It's never confirmed that's 10 times the multiplier of Super Saiyan 3. It's because people said that it's about that because of the way babies performed against them. But what people know, I just say 10 times because that's the fans mostly agree on that. It's the most popular one. It's the one people are going to grasp on easily. That's just me as a video creator making things easier for the public. But in reality, this is the same thing going Goku's base form being around the side, same as his Super Saiyan 3. I think it's more than that in GT. I can do a video on that. But the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier. Goku goes from getting his ass kicked by Baby to completely demolishing him without even being affected by Baby as a Super Saiyan 4. Then Baby goes Great Ape. And then, you know, Goku's still on par. So that's like a massive jump in power, really. So yeah, I understand what you mean. It's more than 10 times. It is. It definitely is. It's probably close to like 20. Maybe even more than that. Because one of the things I always thought was funny, and I know that I've said in the past that I don't think in any sense that the actual the strict multiplier for Super Saiyan 4 is more than Super Saiyan God. I never have thought that, and I still don't. But it is funny. Scaling wise, and we know GT's got messed up scaling. Super's even got messed up scaling now. What's funny though is that, and I'm just gonna go off Battle of God stuff, okay? Is that the actual multiplier for Super Saiyan 4 could appear to be bigger. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I am gonna say that the way that Goku fought Baby, and I've always thought this, and I know Hail Zeon's made a video about this in the past. I've always thought this. I talked to Kwame about it. I talked to a long time ago. I talked to Quinn and Danny, you know, geeked about this, and then I think they linked me Zeon's video or something. And that's how I think I knew about him before. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Zeon too many times, but it's been a few times, just not in a while. It's funny though because Goku's performance against Baby when he was a Super Saiyan 3. While he didn't get his ass kicked as much as Goku did against Beerus, Baby got a transformation after that. I'm talking about Super Saiyan 3 Goku against like Baby, you know, level 1 or level 2, whatever it was. He got transformation, and then Goku powered up and did way better than what God Goku did against Beerus, if that scaling kind of makes sense to you guys. So it could appear that the multiplier is bigger, but based on writing and how people like to dissect the series and how Super is kind of going, I have no fucking idea. But it's something I just want to point out because I think it's interesting. That's all. I just want to point out because I think it is an interesting thing to point out. Super Buu with Beerus and Whis absorb versus Super Saiyan Blue Vegeto. Still Vegeto, I would think. I don't think Beerus and Whis combined would be able to stand up to that, because I don't think people understand how strong Patara fusion honestly is. It's closer to a multiplier. The Daizenshi said it's closer to a multiplier than addition. And I mean, Super Buu is gonna be an absolute fly. I mean, come on, it's not even close. Goku and Vegeta's base forms right now are already stronger than Super Buu. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right. Just because I think there's, and I want to do a whole video about this, honestly. Because even though I have a lot of subscribers and a lot of people watch my videos and like to look at my opinion, at the end of the day, guys, I'm just another fucking guy that loves the show. I'm not some professional. I'm just another person with an opinion. You can either take it or leave it. Or go into the comments and bitch about it. One or the other. It's honestly what it is at the end of the day. I do want to do a whole video on this, and either today, I don't know if I'm going to put this up today on Wednesday or tomorrow on Thursday. I do want to talk about that Watch Mojo list, just because I think it's silly that people are complaining about this, and I understand it's all about the placement and they didn't do their homework. I'm gonna do like a 5-minute video on it. I'm not gonna do 20 or 30 or something like that, but I just want to talk about it and get it off my chest, because it's not something that bothers me. People are gonna be like, well, it doesn't bother you because you got like 4th place or something. I don't really give a shit about being on the list, and I'm gonna regurgitate the stuff in the video. I don't really care about being on the list. It's nice, it's good exposure, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to talk about that in the video. Some people are like, well, it's pointless. And hopefully after I do the video, it's all going to blow over. Where does Goku T23 live? Funny enough, probably, I shouldn't even say. It's not that I did like stalking or something like that. It's just that I just want a social blade, that's all. If that makes sense. Social Blade's a site for YouTube statistics, and it kind of gives like locations of people. I'm not gonna say it just for his own privacy. If you want to go on Social Blade and look, you can. You know, he obviously has it listed on his account, and Social Blade takes that information. But I'm not gonna talk about it. I just feel like it's kind of rude to do, I suppose. I've matured, if that makes sense. Do you think gay couples should? This is a topic for the second channel, if anything. Do you think gay couples should be allowed to raise children, or do you think it's an inadequate inequality in itself for a child that I have a mother and a father? I think in reality, I'm not gonna pussyfoot around the whole topic, because guess what? I don't give a fuck if you're gay or if, you know, you're bisexual or anything. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I do not. But do I think it would be a I can't speak. Not as good lifestyle, I should say, to not have a mother and a father. To have 2 fathers instead of a mother and a father, or a mother or a father. Look at it this way. Plenty of kids grow up without a mom. Plenty of kids grow up without a dad. You throw an extra dad in there? Yeah, it'd be different, but if they can raise the kid right, that's all that matters. And I'm sure that a gay couple can raise a kid a hell of a lot better than 80% of the parents out there today that are still together, a mother and a father, that fight constantly in life and make the kid go through tons of trauma. I'm sure they can do a way better job than that. And that's a fucking fact. Whether you like gay people or you like their lifestyles or whatever or not, that's a fucking fact. And if you can't accept that, then you need to grow up a little. There's some really fucking terrible parents out there. And, you know, my parents have been split up since I was 7 years old. I've been fucking fine. Yeah, I've had them both my life. I don't really see my dad much. He lives a few good hours away from me. I don't really get to see him at all. Granted, I'm an adult now. But the fact of the matter is that you really need to grow up if you think that the way someone likes to live their life is really that big of a deal to your well-being. You really need to resituate yourself in this world, because it's really sad. It really is, honestly. And I really want to do a video on my second channel. You can check it out down below. My shameless self-promotion. If you want to subscribe to it, I'll talk about heavy topics. I got some pretty heavy topics. But again, to this question, yes, as long as they are supporting parents and raise their kid right, that's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. It honestly is. And we'll do this last one. Do you believe in God? Not particularly, and I guess you could maybe say I'm agnostic or whatever. I definitely lead way more towards the side that there is not a God. I have never myself really felt a real presence. I never rule something out in life. Anything's possible. I don't know. We have this whole world outside of our own planet. This whole vast, empty space. I don't know. I have no idea. But the evidence that I've seen leads me to believe there's nothing. I know there's a lot of things with... I don't even want to talk about this on this channel because it's so... I'm glad it's at the end of a Q&A so people don't have to listen to this whole thing to like watch the rest of the video. I want to do a video on this too. I'll probably lose people for being, for having a different mind, which if you think that, you're just a sad person to not like someone for having a different opinion. I've had friends that are like, super hardcore Christian people, very religious folk. I've been to churches and going in on a Sunday morning. I've been there a few times. It's pretty boring. I mean, the fact of the matter is a lot of the church systems back, a long time ago, a lot of them were very centered around money and gaining income. One of the things that I learned a very long time ago was a lot of the Christian, Catholic, or both. Christian Catholic church will just say, it is one of the two, so if I get my information wrong, forgive me. One of the things they used to do is to absolve sins, and it's a long time ago too, like when it was all, a lot of time, is kind of when it was starting out, and this could just be for corrupt people or whatever. One of the things they used to do is have people pay donations to absolve their sins, and that was kind of more of a way to really gain income. And it's kind of, I guess you could say, like a big conspiracy around maybe that kind of religion. Maybe not all religion, maybe only some. This is just one guy's opinion, and I probably lost like 3 subscribers for that. Only 3, don't worry. They probably won't comment. If you have a problem with me talking about that stuff, whatever, comment it, but I'm just gonna say my mind. I don't try to pussyfoot and bullshit around on this channel. I come on this channel to be me, be myself, and that's what you guys get. So, tell it how it is. That is the end of the Q&A, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. But before I go, yes, the Dragon Ball GT Japanese official soundtrack is absolutely beautiful. If you have never listened to the GT score in Japanese, do yourself a favor right now and search it up on YouTube. The English soundtrack is terrible, I think. Now don't get me wrong, I like Falconer, but it's not Falconer in GT. It's I can't remember his name. The Japanese soundtrack, while a bit different, kind of similar to how like Sumitomo is in Super, it's a beautiful soundtrack. Thanks for watching, guys.